Hello, my name is Derek from Tomcat Gas Training and welcome to this video on changing the ceramic discs in a quarter turn hot tap. We've done part one on changing a washer in a cold tap, so if you've not watched that, I'll put a link down in the comments section below. But before we get into this video, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because it helps. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because you want YouTube to tell you when we're uploading videos. Still Mondays and Wednesdays. Anyway, done enough waffling now, so let's get on with it and find out exactly how we're going to change the cartridge in a quarter turn hot tap. Now, this is the hot tap we're going to be working on. But before we turn the water off, let's look at the tools what we need. We need an adjustable spanner. We need a flat bladed screwdriver, and we also need a Phillips screwdriver. And if you saw part one with the cold water, you also saw I used a piece of 32mm waste pipe. We also need a cloth or a towel to go into the bottom of the sink so we don't damage it. But the combi boiler what feeds this tap is behind you there. So let's get the water off and let's get cracking. So to turn the water off on this combi, you just need to place a flat screwdriver in the valve, twist the valve till it goes horizontal across, and that should turn off the water. Now, first thing we need to do is make sure the water has stopped running, which it has. We can now take our towel and we can place it in the bottom of the sink so we don't damage the sink. If your sink has a plug, you could always put the plug in as well to stop anything small falling down the plug hole. We can now take our flat bladed screwdriver and flick off the protective chrome cap. Now take our Phillips screwdriver and we can remove the head. Okay, we're now left with the head of the tap, or the mechanism of the tap and the body of the tap, so we need to take that out. So in the last video you saw me use a piece of plastic pipe, do that, and use an adjustable spanner. But for a better grip we can actually use a ring spanner. So let's get a ring spanner and let's have a go. Now, got a 17mm ring spanner. Get our piece of plastic on there, or we could cover that and then get a pair of water pump pliers on there, or if you're strong enough you can hold it. But get our piece of plastic on, get our 17mm ring spanner, and off it comes. So let's have a look at the mechanism on this quarter turn tap a little bit more closely. Now, this is the quarter turn cartridge. So you should actually see the two ceramic discs in there. And when I turn the tap head, you can see the discs close. So that's turned off. Open that up and you can see it will allow the water through there and it will come out of the slots here. So that's how the water comes in. So remember, it comes through the bottom there, out through the slots and into the spout. Now, why have we got this red rubber washer on the end? Well, that's because it goes to a hot tap. On the cold one, there is a blue rubber washer, and that's because the taps are handed. So if you get them the wrong way around, your taps will turn the wrong way around. So it's important you use that into the tap for the hot tap and the other one for the cold. Now then, you'll find a lot of people go that all the hot taps need to be on the left in the UK. There actually is no regulation to say the hot tap needs to be on the left hand side of the sink or the wash basin. In America, yes. In England, no. Now people say it has to go on the left for the blind people, so they would know whether the tap's the hot or the cold, but they can tell whether it's hot or cold just by touching it, where you wouldn't. So Yeah, it is a code of practice to say that the hot tap should be on the left hand side, but there isn't actually a building regulation, or the water regulations don't even mention it. But as a standard, we always try and put the hot tap on the left, and this is what this washer does, so they are handed, so we know which one to put it into. So if I take this washer off, so if I flick the washer out now, there is a brass holder in there, and then we've got the two ceramic discs. So the discs come out, that's the top one, you can see that. So that's the bottom, and you can see there's little grooves in that one which fit into here. So the grooves in there, so you can't get it wrong. And you can see that they just rub face to face. There's actually, the ceramic is what we're rubbing against each other. So you can check and make sure there's no scratches in there, because otherwise, if there was scratches on those two faces, then they would pass. So that's the two ceramic discs. So can we just get any ceramic disc and put them in these taps? So let's have a look at that. Now, there are loads of different types of cartridges for these quarter turn taps, but you must get the right one for your tap. And you can see there's loads of different measurements you need to be able to make for these taps. Even down to how many teeth the spindle has, where the handle goes onto, to the actual length of the body. So all these measurements are very, very important. I find eBay the best place to buy these cartridges because they give you all the different measurements for all the different cartridges you can buy. You can also buy converter kits which should fit most UK taps. Now, before we put the head back into the body of the tap, a couple of things. First of all, this red washer isn't just to show it goes in the hot tap, it's also a rubber seal which seats on the bottom of the tap on the seat. So what you need to do is you need to take your little pinky and you need to put it inside the tap, and you need to gently just move it around, and be careful because if it is nicked it could cut your finger. And you're just checking and making sure the seat is flat, so this washer will sit on there and make a seal, because if that doesn't make a seal, the water could come up on the outside and drip through the tap. So if you change your ceramic discs and it still drips out, it could be this not seating properly down at the bottom. So that check to do before we put it back. Now to put it back in, we just reverse the process. Hold again with our plastic pipe, tighten it up with our spanner. Put the top back on. Put the plastic cap on and let's get the water back on. So let's turn this water back on. So just the opposite of what we did before. We now put it in line so it's vertical, and that's now the water back on. Now let's take out the towel, turn the tap on. And it's as easy as that. And that is the end of this video on how to change the cartridge in a quarter turn hot tap. Run off a combi boiler though. Anyway, if you've liked this video, why don't you give it that thumbs up or leave a constructive comment down below. If you've not subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe because it helps. And again, don't forget to hit that notification bell because you want YouTube to tell you we're uploading videos, you guessed it, on Mondays and Wednesdays. All I've got left to say is, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Cheers.